So talking about the astronomy and its opportunities in Nepal and as well as in international level, I would like to hand over this virtual platform to Ms. Sanjita Pokhrel. Over to you, Sanjita.
Thank you, Ansuraz. Hello, everyone. I'm Sanjita Pokhrel, one of the executive members of the Astronomy Enthusiasts in Nepal, and I'm so delighted by all of your presence. As Ansuraz talked about the astronomy for beginners, I'll be talking more about the opportunities available for the astronomy enthusiasts. Next. I want to start by saying that we are not alone. We are not alone. Everyone in the Nepal is devoted in making the astronomy field very successful. So these are the some organization working in the field of astronomy. Nepal Astronomical Society. My ambition is to support astronomy. Astronomers Club Nepal, BP Koira Memorial Planetarium Observatory and Science Museum. But in this presentation, I'll be talking more specifically about the Nepal Astronomical Society, NASO. So basically, Nepal Astronomical Society is an organization which is working for the development of astronomy in our country, and so it provides us various kind of platforms for every people like us who is interested in astronomy. So we can say that NASO is a hub for every astronomy enthusiast. So, in the coming slides, I'll be talking about the program of the NASO. The first and the most important is National Astronomy Olympiad. So NASA has been organizing this program since 2014-80. And today we are honored to have our guest, Bijaya Luitel, who received the honorable mention in 2016 and 2017 International Astronomy Olympiad. NASO generally calls for application from all over the Nepal, and every selected students go through the rigorous round of selections, and only a handful of students who deserve to represent in Nepal go to the international level for the International Astronomy Olympiad. Next. So the next program is All Nepal Asteroid Resource Campaign. In this program, NASO offers us with a high quality of data so that we can discover the asteroid on our own. It even provides us training to the interested group of students. Next. And the other one is International Space App Challenge. So basically, this is the world largest global hackathon, and where we have to where we use the open resources from the NASA and create a solution to the existing problem in our Earth and even in the space. And recently, NASA has organized one International Space App Challenge in a different location of Nepal, and even we have our results, and 11 teams are representing Nepal for the global challenge. Next. Uh, we know that observing sun during the solar eclipse directly with our naked eye is very harmful. So NASA provides us with a secure equipments and tools so that we can see the solar eclipse in a most efficient and secure manner. So these are some glimpses. Next. NASA has been organizing various outreach programs in different parts of the country so that no one feel left out, so that every enthusiast people feel like we can do something in the field of astronomy in Nepal. So these are the glimpses of NASA outreach programs. Uh, at last, I want to say that these are just the opportunities available for us provided by the NASA and other organizations where we get to increase our understanding of the astronomy. But most importantly, these are the platform where we can get connected with the people having the similar interest as ours. So this is all from my side, and I would like to welcome our guest, Mr. Bijaya Luitel, to share some of his valuable words to us. So over to you, Bijaya Luitel, sir. Thank you.
Thank you guys for inviting me here. Yeah, thank you for the glowing introduction. So basically, म आज मेरो आफ्नो ओलम्पियाड एक्सपिरियन्सको बारेमा भन्छु, अनि त्यसपछि ओलम्पियाडले मलाई फ्युचरको लागि कसरी हेल्प गर्यो, र कनेक्सन्सहरू कसरी इम्प्रुभ गर्यो त्यसको बारेमा पनि भन्छु. सो फर्स्ट म 2016को ओलम्पियाडबाट सुरु गर्छु. सो 2016मा म यो ओलम्पियाडमा फर्स्ट टाइम भाग लिँदाखेरि आई डिडन्ट ह्याभ हाई एक्सपेक्टेसन्स अफ माइसेल्फ. सो मैले क्लास 10को एक्जाम दिएर लाइक फेसबुकमा अपर्च्युनिटिजहरू खोजिरहेको थिएँ. अनि त्यो वर्ष लाइक नेपाल एस्ट्रोनोमिकल सोसाइटीले एउटा एडभर्टाइजमेन्ट रन गरेको थियो त्यो एस्ट्रोनोमी ओलम्पियाडको बारेमा. एन्ड आई स इट थ्रु फेसबुक. अनि त्यसपछि मैले ओके इट साउन्ड्स लाइक समथिङ इन्ट्रेस्टिङ, लेट्स टेक पार्ट भनेर नाम रेजिस्टर गरेँ. अनि या बेसिकली सिलेबस हेरेपछि म एकदम इन्टिमिडिएटेड भएको थिएँ बिकज syllabus was mostly +2 physics and astronomy, so I was pretty worried that it was beyond my expertise. त्यही पनि लाइक मान्छेहरू बिच भेटघाट हुन्छ, मान्छेहरूलाई चिनिन्छ, मेन्टर्सहरू नयाँ बनाउन मिल्छ र नेपालमा एस्ट्रोनोमी कस्तो भइरहेको रहेछ भनेर थाहा पाइन्छ भनेर मैले पार्ट लिएको थिएँ. सो yeah, first round was pretty difficult किनकि most questions were +2 based and astronomy को जुन questions-हरु थियो त्यो पनि अलि tough नै थियो मेरो लागि त्यो बेला. But somehow I was selected into the next round. So preparation ko लागि basically I did whatever I could. Like मेरो basics जे थियो मलाई आउँथ्यो त्यो I worked on those so that I didn't get those questions wrong. I made many mistakes, so I wasn't I was I think 19th in that first round. So as you can tell, I wasn't really scoring that high in the first round, and I didn't really. So the motivation behind me joining the Olympiad wasn't about scoring like a great mark either. So yeah, I was 19th. And त्यसपछि pre-close camp आयो. Pre-close camp मा telescope बनाउने round थियो अनि sundial बनाउने round थियो. So I suck at engineering. Like मेरो I have zero expertise in experiments or designing stuff. So मलाई त्यहाँ पनि डर लागेको थियो because I couldn't make a good telescope and I couldn't make a good sundial. अनि त्यसपछि pre-close camp मा एउटा report writing पनि थियो र presentation पनि थियो. And I thought I knew that presenting was one of my strong suits and writing reports was one of my strong suits. So मैले मेरो effort त्यसमै concentrate गरेँ र मेरो presentation र report चाहिँ राम्ररी लेखेँ. So when the day of the presentation came, I went there, gave my presentation. Didn't expect much. My telescope was shit, and my sundial was pretty bad as well. So yeah, I didn't expect to get selected to the next round. But because my presentation was good and my report was good, they decided to take me on for the next round. I mean, that was really surprising to me. I didn't expect to get selected. So त्यसपछि चाहिँ के भयो भने final like close camp हुन्छ. Close camp मा there were approximately, I don't remember the exact number, but there were about 20-25 people I think in the close camp. अनि close camp मा चाहिँ I realized that everybody was starting a new slate in the sense that nobody knew everything about what was being taught. Like त्यो भन्दा पहिलाको राउन्ड्सहरुमा चाहिँ मान्छेहरुको मेरो कम्प्यारिजनमा धेरै एक्सपर्टिज थियो किनकि they had studied more and they had more like ability in like doing the tasks that we were assigned. तर क्लोज क्याम्पमा पुगेपछि चाहिँ मैले के रियलाइज गरेँ भने सबैजनाको लेभल प्लेइङ फिल्ड हुन्छ अनि whoever does the best in these like in that week or in those like couple of like weeks will get selected. त्यस्तो खालको मेन्टालिटी भयो. त्यसपछि still at that point I wasn't really like I wasn't really confident. Like classes are tough थियो, especially like म A levels को first year मा थिएँ. We literally don't study a lot of physics in A levels, so I was really worried because like class मा आउँदा thermodynamics पढाइरा हुन्थ्यो अनि quantum mechanics पढाइरा हुन्थ्यो and I didn't know what the hell that was, right? So basically, yeah, I just try to learn everything that I could, and I spent some time at home trying to like read whatever was given to me. So based on that, my final exam को लागि पनि preparation गरेको थिएँ. So at this point, मेरो एउटा advantage चाहिँ के थियो भने मैले night sky observation चाहिँ पहिल्यैदेखि गरेको थिएँ. So I have always been interested in astronomy. So it's been something that I was looking forward to for like 10 years, I'd say. So I had a night sky atlas. Night sky atlas ma constellations like मैले चिन्थेँ. मलाई Olympiad आउनु अगाडि नै Orion, like Canis Major, Centaurus, like the major constellations of सबै थाहा थियो. So I think I could have recognized about 40 to 50 constellations, like even before the final exam. So again, I focused on my strengths, right? So that was the strength that I had. I knew that most other people were not that great at observation, but I knew that they were way better than me at like physics or math because of their like greater number of years studying those subjects. So I focused on like both my observation, I polished it, and also my math and physics so that it was up to par. अनि त्यसपछि final exam मा questions are relatively tough नै थियो, तर मैले practice गरेको नै questions are थिए basically. Like it was kind of lucky, I guess. So the questions are सजिलै भएपछि I managed to score well, and I got the highest mark for that year, and I was really surprised because I didn't expect that. अनि त्यसपछि अर्को problem, त्यसपछि next problem चाहिँ international भएको थियो. So International Olympiad is really different from the national one. National ma चाहिँ like from my experiences, you could probably tell that you didn't need a lot of in-depth preparation. Like especially small skills like एक दुई हप्ता focus गरे पनि गर्न सकिन्थ्यो. तर international was a really huge jump in terms of difficulty. So मैले एक दुई महिना चाहिँ observation एकदम राम्ररी सिकेको थिएँ. तर basically I it's really difficult to maintain that level of consistency throughout. So yeah, initially I was really amped and tried to do a lot of preparation, but in the middle, a lot of it dropped down. I had exams in school. I had like all my other I had other parts of my life basically that I needed to focus on. So त्यसपछि last month चाहिँ मैले एकदमै धेरै like preparation गर्न खोजेको. मैले स्कुलबाट ब्रेक पनि लिएको थिएँ preparation गर्नको लागि. So I did all I could. I revised all my past papers. I asked other contestants when I couldn't solve problems, and we tried to solve them together. So that was basically how I prepared for the International Olympiad. And I guess I prepared enough to get at least an honorable mention, which was great. And yeah, based on my experience in the first year, I would characterize it as a year of growth. I learned a lot of new things, and it was mostly down to the amount of effort I put in, I think. So in the end, I wasn't more talented than anybody there. It was just that I put in more effort. I think that's what I want to stress today. It's that you need to put in the amount of effort that is required in order to really excel at these like competitions. Like you need to put in proportional amounts of effort. So for the National Olympiad, you needed to put in a lot of effort, but for the International Olympiad, you need to put maybe 10 times or 50 times more effort in order to do something that's productive. And so that was my experience from 2016. 2017 was very different because I'd already participated in one Olympiad, so I wanted to do better than that. So I had high expectations of myself. Well, I tried to set high expectations for myself, but basically, yeah, I spent the whole year preparing. I did all the Olympiad, like National Olympiad steps as well. So I think the key, if you're a returning participant, is to remember that you should not be complacent. You need to do everything again. You need to try and learn try to increase your skill set so that it's better than what you were like previously, and I think I did that. So yeah, I'm quite I was not completely satisfied with my performance in 2017. I think I could have done better, but that's life. So in the end, I think the valuable lesson I got out of 2017 was time management, for one, because 2017 was also the year where I had to give my standardized tests for school, for college, sorry. So my standardized tests, my school exams, and the International Olympiad all took place within a matter of like a month, like difference. So it was really difficult, like trying to manage time to like focus on these different things. So I think that's a really valuable skill set I learned from the second time. um, yeah, so I think, to sum up, it's really important that you take it step by step, put in proportional amounts of effort in each step. So you can get away with putting little effort in the first round, but you need to put in a lot of effort towards the end, especially because that's where you learn most of the things. And also, I think it's really important to be aware of your own limitations. So I knew like areas where I could really improve on, and I knew of my areas where I was pretty good at compared to somebody else. So I focused, I tried to improve in the areas that I was really bad at, and I tried to become better at the areas that I was already good at. So a lot of the times I've seen people, they become really complacent about the areas that they're good at and leave it behind in order to get better at other things. But I think you need to still maintain a certain like practice for your strengths, so that you can make them better and grow as a person. So yeah, those are some important lessons. And also, I think from seeing participants in 2018, 2019, and 2020, it's also really important to listen to instructions. So um, as a student, I didn't have that much of a problem listening to instructions, but I when I was part of the academic team for the Olympiad in the past 3 years, I realized that a lot of students have a lot of difficulty sometimes listening to instructions and following them. So from like my perspective now, as somebody in the academic committee, it's really important to follow instructions well, so that you know what you're supposed to do, you know what it's expected of you. So a lot of the times I've talked to people who really want to take part in the International Olympiad, get something like get an honorable mention or even a bronze medal or even greater than that. But I feel like they neglect the entire process that it takes for them to reach that international like competition. So I think it's really important to take it step by step. So you need to focus first on the selection exam before you can focus on the international competition. Like I said, I never thought about the International Olympiad when I first entered. It was not in my mind. It was only in my mind towards the end of the closed camp, when it was actually something that was the target. So your target should always be based on the level that you're participating in. You should never target for an International Olympiad when you are in the selection phase of the Olympiad. You should always think about doing well on the selection phase. So um, yeah, and I say that because the selection phase and the final exam, the different types of exams in the middle, all test different skills. So in the pre-closed camp, they tested, we tested basically the presentation skills of people, their ability to make stuff. So if you're not good, if you still have the aim of participating in the International Olympiad and focus only on the questions that come during the International Olympiad, then you do poorly in that phase, because it's an entirely different skill set. So at the end of the day, it's really important to focus on the specific skill sets that are being tested. So yeah, that's it from my experience, I think, of the Olympiad. And finally, I think I'll talk about how it has affected me after. So right now I'm in college, I'm in my second year. Um, and one of the things that has really benefited me from the Astronomy Olympiad is basically my knowledge is like it has really improved my knowledge of astronomy. Yeah, so I'm doing research with a professor, and I frequently use my knowledge that I gained from the Olympiad when faced with like solving like problems that arise during research. So like for someone who's like completely new to astronomy, it would have been really difficult to know what a right ascension or what a declination is. But based on like all the time I spent trying to like solve problems related to right ascension and declination, it was not that difficult for me to figure out what was wrong during my research. Um, and I think also another important thing is I met a lot of different people. Um, so prior to the Olympiad, I think I didn't know anybody outside my personal space, especially like I knew people from within Kathmandu Valley. That's pretty much that was pretty much it. But I think after taking part in the Olympiad, I made a lot of new friends from different areas of Nepal. A lot of them are now in different places all across the world. I have friends in the US, I have friends in Germany. Yeah, and all of them I met through the Olympiad. So it's been a really great experience. It's also been humbling at times because at the International Olympiad especially, uh, there are a lot of intelligent, brilliant, creative people that you like meet. So I think it has been totally worth it in that sense as well. So not just from an academic point of view, but from like a personal point of view, like meeting all these incredible people. Yeah, it's been really great. So I know that there's still some time left for the next Olympiad in 2021, but I sincerely hope that if you're interested in astronomy, please take part, even if you think you're not that capable, even if you have doubts about yourself. It will broaden your horizons, and it will ultimately help you further your career. And I think regardless of whether you study astronomy in the future or not, it will really help you meet different people who are doing a lot of cool things around the world. And it's amazing to be a part of that whole family. So yeah, so thank you guys again for inviting me. It was a pleasure to talk to you all. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a message on Facebook. Or actually, yeah, I can take questions right now for about 2 or 3 minutes. So yeah. Um,
Southern, you are muted.
So thank you so much, Bijaya Luitel sir, for being so informative and sharing such great experience. I hope we all learned many things about Olympiads and also get motivated to get started in this path and excel as well. So now we are in our Q&A sessions. If you have any questions about astronomy, as well as you want to ask some questions to our Bijaya Luitel sir, this is your time. You can write in the chat box or even ask directly by unmuting yourself. Thank you once again, Bijaya Luitel sir. So if anyone has, you can ask.
I saw somebody wants my email. I will link you my Facebook profile. I don't usually like talk to people through them mostly. So. Also, if you don't have Facebook, then okay, then